so much. What I had specifically had written down to say, good Saturday evening. And welcome to Good Yarn. I feel trapped when I stand next to it, so I'm going to do this for a minute. Thank you so much, guys, everyone, for being here. This is very exciting for all of us, and hopefully it is for all of you too. We're so excited to perform for you today. I am just going to be kind of like a stewardess or a flight attendant for you for a minute while I guide you through the journey of what your evening is going to be, okay? I am being a host for a minute. And then before we get going and we invite our amazing cast and our incredible guest of honor, MTV Chief Meteorologist Eddie Sheerr. How many times did I practice saying that? I cannot believe I nailed it. Incredible. I just want to tell you a little bit about what you can expect today. And one of my roles coming up here was to set a timer. And I will say I'll do everything. And I never will. I'm like, yep, got it. Never do what I say I'm going to do. There we go. I want to know, with a show of hands, who's never been to an improv show before? Good, good. Okay. Keep that in mind, everybody. Very exciting. Now, on the other side, can I get a round of applause for those of you who have seen a ton of live improv? Very good. What Good Yarn is what we call an Armando show. So everything you're going to see here tonight is completely made up. We do not have a script. We don't know what's about to happen. And we're never going to do it again. So what you see tonight is going to be the only time this specific show happens. This format, unlike some forms of improv where you might have seen on TV or other shows, typically will go out to the audience and ask for a suggestion and come up here and take that as inspiration and then make up an amazing scene that your mind will be blown about on the spot. There'll be some of that tonight, but the difference is, instead of coming up to you guys, we have a guest monologist, Eddie Sheerr, MTV Chief Meteorologist Eddie Sheerr. So what will happen before I invite everybody up here to join me is, actually no, let's just do that. Can we get our cast up here? Can we get our beautiful cast? Yeah. So, if I didn't introduce myself, my name is Rayanne. I am part of the St. John's Improv team and I produce this show. We also have...
Hi, my name is Puddicombe. I'm the director of Good Yarn tonight, and I'm so happy to see all of you here to spend the night with us.
Hi, I'm Collin Glavac, and I'm really excited to perform.
Hi, I'm Walsh. Thanks so much for being here.
Hi, I'm Miri Rain. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to see you.
I'm Julian Lord. If I had to describe myself, I'm excited to be here. And hey everyone, I'm Luke. Really excited to be here.
Hi, I'm Sarah Blackmore. I am doubly excited.
So what we'll be doing to get inspiration is when we have Eddie come up, he's going to tell an amazing story. And we're going to take some nuggets that we're inspired by, no pressure. And we're going to take what we found interesting or funny or that we just were inspired by, and we're going to do a whole bunch of scenes made up on the spot based off of what Eddie has said. And then after we do that, we're going to invite Eddie back up. He's going to tell another amazing story, even better than the last one. No pressure. And we'll do that again, and we'll probably do that a couple times throughout the night. So what you're going to see is like an hour-long show with a whole bunch of characters that have complex and interesting relationships, and their worlds are going to be intertwined, and by the end, it's just going to be the best kind of fun chaos inspired by local celebrity and TV chief meteorologist. Good yarn. We want to do more of this. Like, storytelling is such a big deal in this province, and what better way to work it into a show like this than by inviting local storytellers and local public figures. We loved starting with Eddie for our very first one because weather is kind of a big deal here, right? I lived here when I was a kid, and for me, my local celebrity weatherman was Carl Wells. And one day, I was watching the news with my parents, and we all started recognizing what was behind him on the television. We're like, holy shit. We didn't say holy shit, my parents are pastors. We said, we said, wow. Look out the window. Man, what frick is that? That's Carl Wells outside right now. We were very excited. This is a memory that has stuck with me many, many, many years later. And Eddie, I feel for you, the modern equivalent of that is your Facebook comments. People are like, they engage with you, they're excited. Listen, I know you get a bunch of nonsense, and you're a pro at dealing with it, but I see them all. Do not be afraid. And a lot of people are really nice to you. People are like, they love your beautiful family. They wish you a wonderful weekend. There's so many thanks for the update, Eddie. Can't wait for the next one tomorrow. And so I just wanted to take this opportunity to apologize personally from me to you. Because one day you posted on TikTok, and the only two people in the room on TikTok are me and you, but it was more nonsense about what was going on with the weather. It was nonstop. It was like a lot, and I was pissed. And I commented, respectfully, Eddie, leave me alone. I will say you responded with laugh emojis, which made me feel seen by a celebrity. And now we're all about to be seen by a celebrity. Please welcome NTV Chief Meteorologist Eddie Sheerr to the stage.
Obviously, I'm very short. So, speaking about Facebook, I think sometimes I might be a little bit of a smartass on Facebook, and this isn't even a story. I think I put a map up one time, and it was a snowfall forecast, and someone said, "What's that blue around Fogo Island?" To which I replied, "That's the ocean." Funny, but probably not the best option at the time. So I'm way more comfortable talking to a camera than looking out at the big room like this, so bear with me this evening. And for those of you that don't know, I am Chief Meteorologist Eddie Sheerr. So I've been living in Newfoundland since 2013, and as Rayanne mentioned, like, the weather here is something that people have always spoken about and talked about. And that was kind of like hinted to me when I came to interview with NTV. They're like, "Oh, people always talk about the weather." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Turns out they do, a lot. And so I've kind of gotten used to people always asking about the weather over the last 10 years. But for the first, few years, it took some getting used to kind of get into the rhyme and the rhythm of doing the forecast in Newfoundland and really getting used to our weather. That's been the biggest adjustment for me, actually. Our weather, especially in the spring, pardon my language, is extremely shitty. Like, I hate this time of year. But the summer is deadly. The summer makes everything kind of worth it. And it was my first summer here. It was 2014. It was one of those warm days where the sky is blue, the clouds are puffy. you know, it's breezy enough to keep the flies down. The flies are something I've had to learn to contend with as well, but not windy enough to like blow your head off, as we can oftentimes get in the summer and beyond. And I was at work, and I said, you know what? Maybe I'll go try to do the weather tonight, you know, overlooking Middle Cove Beach. And there's a spot, I think it's on Outer Cove Road, that overlooks the beach, and you can kind of look down from there. And this is where people will oftentimes go watch the sunrise and sunset, like smoking their cigarettes and having their tips in the car. Right? So, we always drive by, and there's always a couple of people at least doing it. So, you know, good for you. Okay, that's great. Whatever you want to do. And I was like, I'm going to do the weather from here. And this is probably one of the first times I really remember being out live in the field. And as a testament to NTV, we seem to have like a pretty big audience because a lot of people started to show up. And like I worked in Colorado before I moved here, and you know I would do live hits, and you know people would just walk by and probably ignore me. And here it's people coming out to watch. I guess they care about what I have to say. Make most of it up. And so we are, I'm out there, and I'm doing the forecast, and I start taking pictures of people. And this, too, is something I've gotten accustomed to over the last, like, 10 years, but for the first while it was a bit jarring. I go out and take pictures of people. And I have a selfie, sure. Picture, sure. Okay, let's do pictures, whatever. And so I was doing the news, and I got done, and these ladies were waiting for a picture, and I took a picture. And I looked at the last lady and said, you want a picture? And she goes, my dear, if I knew you were coming, I would have put my teeth in.
So you enjoyed the breakfast I made?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good. It was good.
Alright, I made it the way you like, you know, like sunny side up, and I know all you could talk about was the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really bad outside today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just like I also got a haircut, and you didn't really mention anything about that.
Did you notice the waves outside our house?
Yeah, did you notice the waves in my hair?
I guess so.
Because you know how it's usually like, it's usually like straight, you know, like I spend money to look nice for you.
Yeah. But they say that today there's going to be a low pressure system moving in. Right?
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, I don't know about low pressure. I feel a lot of pressure right now. Yeah, it's just like being married to you has been kind of hard recently.
That's impossible. All I do is look at the weather.
Yeah. No, that's not true. You look at the weather and you talk about the weather.
Oh my god, do you see that cumulus? That is a cloud formation that you don't actually see very often. Okay, so what's happening there is that it's forming low over the horizons.
You just made up that word.
I didn't make it up, but I will admit I don't know if I used it correctly.
Me neither, you know, cause like what I pay attention is like what's inside the house, you know, like.
I'm just gonna open up the window. It's really nice.
Like you know how I noticed that you've been working out and like you know your muscles are getting bigger.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. And like yeah, like I've noticed that you started putting like the toothbrush.
Were you always that height? Did something different with your slippers, maybe?
What does that even mean? What kind of question is that to ask your spouse?
It strikes me that maybe I don't look at you very often.
You don't, no, yeah.
Wow.
And just like once in a while, I want you to look at me and be surprised, you know? And be like, oh, that's something magnificent that I haven't seen before.
Whoa, 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 whoa! That is something magnificent I've never seen before. Look at that. Oh, the bird just flying out there, waiting for the rain to come in.
How do you know what it's doing? How do you know it's waiting for the rain? How do you know? You just made that up.
Cyril,
Yep.
what's the code for the radishes?
written down here somewhere. Let me look.
You should know them by heart by now.
Well, you know, they're in the book, because I don't really need to know them by heart if they're in the book. You said radishes?
Yes.
Nope. Nope.
Cyril, you've been working at this Coleman's for about 40 years. I'm the newbie. I should be able to ask you some questions.
Well, I mean, radishes aren't in here. We don't have any radishes.
Well,
That's all I can say.
there's a whole bin full of them over by the pea soup. What am I supposed to do? Just make up the price for them? That's not how they used to do it at the Loblaws.
Well, now listen, you're not at the Loblaws anymore. We do things differently here. We don't do it the Loblaws way. We do it Cyril's way.
I know, Cyril, but there's lots of stuff that's different about working at this Coleman's. I mean, first of all, you don't have codes for radishes.
Yeah.
Second of all, you don't have a proper staff room for one to have a Michelina's microwave dinner in peace and quiet after dealing with people all day long.
No, we don't.
And thirdly, I'm used to working kind of solo at Loblaws. I'm not used to all these people watching me.
Well, we likes to invite them in to make sure we're doing a good job here at Coleman's, you know? And, well, I find it keeps me company. When I'm by myself stocking shelves and I can look out and just all these people here. It's a great feeling.
I don't know, Cyril. Can I be vulnerable with you?
Just me?
Well, I guess that means I'm going to have to be vulnerable with all of the customers here.
How it goes.
Well, you know what?
What?
Even though I did have experience working at the Loblaws, the idea of working at this celebrity Coleman's makes me, I don't know, I feel a little aflutter. I find it takes me longer to get ready in the morning because I know that people are going to be here. Sure, Eddie Sheerr was in here the other day. And I was a goddamn mess. I hadn't even gotten my perm fixed. I mean, Cyril, the pressures of working here are just a little bit much for me. I'm a simple woman with simple needs.
Jeez. Is this because of the radishes?
Well, thanks so much for agreeing to come on this first date with me to Middle Cove Beach.
I gotta be honest, I didn't think you were gonna ask me. Back it up. Just take your time, yeah.
Sorry, the sun's setting and it just gets a little tricky.
It's in your eye, it's beautiful though, isn't it?
Pull the thing down. Switching. Put on these sweet looking sunglasses.
Do you want a Timbit? I got Timbits.
Oh, I was gonna stop at the Tim Hortons.
I stopped on the one before I got in the car with you.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do that together.
I've already screwed up, haven't I?
No. I had a vision.
You had a vision?
Well, no, not like a spiritual. Just like I thought, the date was gonna go a certain way.
What kind of way?
I had a plan. Well, there are so many potholes.
Are you sure you're not backing up in a circle?
I am. I gotta take it in. Okay, I would love a Timbit.
I'm really worried that you'll be distracted.
No, I'm very focused. But I can't take my hands off the wheel.
Okay. Was this part of your plan?
No, we're going to Middle Cove Beach. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, to feed you Timbits.
Well, when you say it that way, it sounds silly.
I was just hoping for a nice little picnic.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
In your car?
Well, I have the blanket in the bed. We're not there yet. We're not gonna do a picnic here. Okay? Why are you being so weird? We don't even know each other that well.
What kind of Timbit do you want?
What kinds do you have?
Well, I got an assorted pack. There's like 20 kinds in here.
You didn't like tell them which which ones you wanted? Because I just feel like when I go into Tim Hortons, I have this idea, like a vision kind of. I know what kind of Timbits I'm gonna want. I'm not like, oh, give me random Timbits. Some of the ones I don't like. Let's put those in. That's fun. I don't know. That's just me, though.
See, I'm more of a just.
Take a seat. Come on into my office. I have some really exciting news for you.
Yeah?
You've been doing such a good job here, and I want to promote you from like middle manager to senior manager, okay? But before we can give you that honor, it does seem like you have a lot on your mind. You seem a little bit distracted.
Me?
I mean, you're on it. Like everyone who works under you loves you. But
Whoa, sorry. Did you see the way the sun came up today? Okay, so it was like, I know it comes up the same angle every day, technically. The seasons change it slightly. But when it came up today, it was so clear, and did you see, it was like Simpsons clouds.
wow, yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Okay, but that's like kind of what I'm saying. I'm trying to promote you.
Sure.
And I need you to just work through this one little issue.
I bet.
You know, it's.
Man, so the precinct sent me here. There's been a report, robbery. If you could just describe the suspect in a few words.
The suspect?
Yeah.
Well, he was walking through the mist.
That's gonna be hard to sketch.
And the way the mist was today was crazy. You should have seen it. It was like low lying to the ground. Probably most people would call it fog.
I'm sorry, maybe my instructions were.
So you reported a missing child?
Yeah, serious stuff.
That all I really like. We have a lot of missing kids. Okay. Can you describe what yours looks like?
My kid?
Yeah.
I can totally tell you what my child looks like.
Okay.
Okay, so he was wearing a rain jacket.
Right,
Because it was raining.
Okay, so I'm sorry, doctor, but you really do have to complete the surgery or the patient is going to die.
Right.
Yes.
The problem is, they put a window in the OR.
Sarah, you're ready to take the ship out and show the tourists where the whales are today.
Yeah. Well,
Where did you say the whales were today?
the whales. Well, I got it written down in my book.
That was great. So, for my next, I guess, tale, we go back to 2017. I think it was in, I want to say it was August. Does anyone remember the Chase the Ace and the Goulds? So, yeah, this was an interesting one. So, again, it was a big thing. I think the jackpot at that time was, I think it was $3 or $4 million for Chase the Ace, and people were literally coming from like all over the city into the Goulds to buy a chance at, I guess, buying a ticket to get called to potentially pick the ace and win the 50-50 or the Chase the Ace. And obviously this was probably the biggest news of the day in Newfoundland. Chase the Ace is worth $3 million today in the Goulds. Wonderful. We should go do the broadcast from down there. Okay. Eddie, you're going to do the weather from there. Perfect. So again, this was another nice day. It was a nice warm, I think it was August day. Not a whole lot of wind, and it smelled like the Goulds. Well, it was nice, and the clouds were puffy. There it is, and it was a really it was a fun time. One of our reporters at the time, I believe, cut the line and got everybody tickets. Nobody won from MTV that day. This is a bit of a shorter story, but basically we were getting ready to do the weather, and I was standing like this in front of the camera, just minding my own business, kind of gathering my thoughts, kind of like what I'm doing right now, looking over at the people in line, taking the occasional picture. Sure. And next thing I know, this lady comes, "Eddie, say I love you." I say, "Oh, thank you." And she runs over and literally licks the side of my face. Now, that's how we got COVID. And to say I was taken aback, I was like, did you just lick me? Really? And so anyway, I was like, oh, you know, okay, I was just licked, great. And there was like, our whole crew was around. They're like, did you see that? That was unbelievable. She just licked you. And I was like, yeah, I think she did. Like, are you going to do anything about it? I was like, no, I don't think so. I hope I don't get any diseases. Like, now looking back on it, you know, just think about that for a second. Like, if that was me, and I went up and licked a female reporter, I'd be arrested. Like, the tables were turned, and I was like, okay, great. Later that night, as I'm gathering myself and really thinking about the day, I get a Snapchat from a fellow. And he said, and I opened it up. I said, hey, Eddie, my mom was the one that licked you earlier. And that's story number 2.
I'm so happy to bring you here to this Swiss chalet. Maybe you remember what this is for us, right?
Yeah, that's where I first saw you.
Yeah.
And I chased you.
Yeah.
Because you were working here and you had a little name tag.
Yeah.
And it said ACE.
Yeah.
And I don't know, something just like came over me and I was like, Chase!
The ace.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny because it wasn't your name, it was actually like your initials.
Yeah. Amber, Christine, Elise.
Beautiful. It
You know-
rolls off the tongue.
I know. And one thing that I love about you so much, Hyacinth, is that even though when I've been working and in places and I felt like as somebody who deals with being a three-named person, I'm often misunderstood, I'm often not accepted for who I am. So I call myself Ace. Sometimes I'm Ac. Sometimes I'm C. E. But you accepted me.
Never judge you, no.
Never.
No.
And I'll never judge you, Hyacinth. And that's why I wanted to bring you here, because the Swiss chalet isn't just where we met.
Oh.
It's not just where you chased after me.
Oh.
But it's also where we had our first lick.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it out loud in front of all these people.
Yeah, I usually don't lick on the first chase.
And I don't usually get licked on the first chase. Usually they run away. They don't let me.
No. At first, I could feel the weather system coming before me. You picked up a lot of speed, you know? But then when I locked into your beautiful eyes, I knew if I'm going to be licked at a Swiss chalet in the middle of Mount Pearl, it's going to be for someone who accepts me for who I am. Amber, Christine, Elise.
long are we gonna be in this line?
What's that smell?
No, smells Gouldsy.
I couldn't put my finger on it, but that must be it. Sorry, I'm just on Snapchat here. You think it's worth it?
I don't know. I mean, we've been waiting an hour, and it seems like we haven't even moved. I don't know. I mean, when we get to the front, and they hand it to us, what do you think?
I can't even think that far ahead. I feel like this line is my whole life.
Yeah.
I feel like I've always been here. Just smelling that aroma. Swiping through Snap. Complaining to you.
Dad, this sucks.
This was a terrible idea for your birthday.
I didn't want this.
I know, I talked you into it. I said, oh, it'll be fun, it'll be exciting. Everyone's going.
Yeah.
I heard we might even run into a celebrity.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wanted to go to that celebrity Coleman's down the street.
That's all hype, that's all hype. There's barely anyone ever there. No, but I guess I was wrong. I thought a little bit of time, just the two of us to chat. Maybe we, I don't know, get to understand each other a little bit more.
I know, it's...
Sorry, I got a snack.
Oh, okay. No problem. Let me know when you're ready.
No, you look dumb in that one.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Just give me a smile.
Thanks for driving.
Yep.
Have you ever done a Chase the Ace before?
No, it's my first time.
It's your first time!
First time. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. A few things.
For sure.
Yeah.
When we matched on Hinge,
Yeah, we did.
and you said
I was
that...
surprised. Like in a good way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I get nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Well, I don't know, first dates, and I'm in your car.
Am I hotter than you? No, because I don't think so. Like in a good way. Like I think you're hotter
I mean, who's to say?
than me. Yeah. And who? That doesn't matter. It doesn't. No, like
No,
it doesn't.
it doesn't matter. You're right. You're right.
Whoa, first time in an Uber. So like, how does it work?
It goes forward most of the time, but sometimes it doesn't.
Welcome to the meeting of the tortured souls of 3-word names. I've been afflicted with this disease for the last 32 years. My name is Mom Martha Othello Matthews. Please share your story with the group.
Me?
Yes, we would love to hear from you.
First of all, I want to thank everyone for holding space. My name is Ace. Amber, possibly. Christine Elise. I was named after prominent members of my family.
That's horrible.
I know. They couldn't just fucking pick who they wanted to name me after. You know, they said it was for fairness. But who ended up with the short end of the fair stick? It was old Ace over here.
Old Ace and old Mom over here.
And we also have another affliction. Not only do we have 3-word names,
We also have.
tell me all about it. Tell me what we have. Fight through the tears, Mom. Fight through.
3 unexplainable allergies. Thanks for seeing me, doctor. I know the wait list has been very long, so I appreciate you making the time. I've got a.
Yeah.
You want me to sit?
Have it-
I never know which chair to sit in, because.
Well, there's one for lying down in, and there's the one. Just wait. Just sit in the chair. Hold on a second. Yeah. Well, what's the problem with you today?
The clouds are too puffy.
You waited in the waiting room
Yes.
for what must have been 3 hours.
Longer, actually.
It's gotten worse. To come in and tell me about the clouds?
Yeah, they're really puffy today. I don't like it.
And how is that a medical issue?
They make me feel things. That's a physical thing, right?
Well, most feelings are physical, I suppose. Yeah.
It's a big window. I love it. A nice office.
Yeah. I came into some money recently. I won a big lottery.
What are you still doing here?
Well, that's actually how I paid for medical school.
Oh.
I was a bit of a, deadbeat dad before this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we put in the new windows, but...
Yeah, like that
Sorry,
one.
what do you need from me?
I need you to fix it. You're a doctor, right? Make me feel better.
Mr. President?
Yeah.
I need you to pay attention, okay?
Uh-huh.
This is your inauguration speech. And the whole country is waiting for you. Snap out of it.
What do you see that cloud? It's puffy.
You're right.
Oh, which wire should I cut? Which wire should I cut? Red or blue? Red or blue? Red or blue? Which wire do I cut?
Look at that one.
Which wire?
Puffy.
Which wire do I cut? We're all gonna die.
That one looks like my mom.
Oh God.
Okay. Get Lady Sheerr back up for another wonderful story.
All right, so I guess I can't leave without talking about snowmageddon. So that was a big one. And oddly enough, when it comes to forecasting weather, the big ones are usually the ones that are easier to forecast. This winter wasn't quite so good. And it seems like when forecasts go wrong, there's a lot of meteorologists on social media. I hear from all of them. But snowmageddon was one that was looking pretty clear. I think it was on the January 17th, I think even going back 4 or 5 days. It was pretty clear we were going to see something big. And as we kind of got closer and closer, every day I'd look at the computer models and be like, that's interesting. That shows more snow than yesterday. And very high wind speeds. And I think I said to, my wife is here, Susan. This is Susan, everybody. It was 2 days before snowmageddon, and I said, and we had our first daughter, Emily, she was about 6 months old at the time. I said, Sus, I think we should get your parents to come in. Like, I think it's gonna be pretty bad. And we're like, no. I think we'll be all right. well, we should have had your parents come in. So it was it was looking so bad that I went out and bought a generator the day before snowmageddon. So people at Canadian Tire were like, "Oh look, there's Eddie Sheerr buying a generator." Like, and I happened to run into Brian Walsh there as well. I don't know, but judging by the reaction, no one must know who he is. That's a good thing for me. And so I put the forecast out. I think it was for like 80 or 90 centimeters and winds gusting to 150 or 160. And when I'm looking at a forecast in my head, right, like I envision what the weather's going to be. And snowmageddon was way worse than I thought it was going to be. Like I thought it was going to be pretty bad. And so I was at home and it started snowing and I was like, I don't think I can get to work today. So I called work and they're like, can you come pick me up? Sure, what time? 11. Perfect. 10 o'clock they called the state of emergency. And everybody went back to work and they're like, well, Eddie, I guess we can't get you. What are you going to do? I was like, just go from home, I suppose. So anyway, I had my setup at home and it worked great until about 4 o'clock when all of a sudden I couldn't broadcast the weather from the house anymore. We started having internet issues and work was like, we need to get you to work. Can you snowshoe out to Torbay Road? And I think I actually tried. I think I put on my snowshoes and stuff and I started walking out the driveway and the snow was like waist deep. I couldn't even see the house next door. I was like, no, I don't think so. So like, okay, stand by. So anyway, they sent those big, loaders? They sent a loader followed by 2 pickup trucks from the station to come get me. It took them an hour and a half. So I say 4 o'clock, it's probably about 3 o'clock. They showed up around 4, and I literally belly crawl out to the truck to get in. I made a cut of snow in the driveway, and the snow was waist deep. On top of that, it was snowing so hard, it was windy. Even I was like, this is pretty bad. So anyway, we get in the car, and we start the ride to work. And it was snowing so hard in my neighborhood I didn't know where it was. I take this drive, I was like, where are we? I don't know where we are. So anyway, we get to the neighborhood, we go down Torbay Road, we turn left on Pine Line. I don't know why they decided to go this way, but we turn left down Pine Line and then we get stuck. And the pickup truck that was behind us, we couldn't see them anymore and the loader had disappeared. And so we're sitting there on Pine Line in the snow and the truck is blowing like crazy. I'm like, okay, this is where I'm going to die. What a story. State of emergency, Eddie Sheerr dies on the... So, long story short, one of the guys driving, his name is Jordan, bless his heart, gets out, walks back, finds a truck, loader comes back, we slowly get to work. I get into work, I do the forecast, and they're like, Eddie, I don't know if we can get you home. And I'm like, well, I have my wife and my 6-month-old daughter at home, and I'm terrified of the storm, you have to get me home. I was like, I don't know if my roof's going to come off, but if it does, I need to be there for it. And so I'm like, all right. So back in the truck I go. There was one truck this time and the loader. And I thought the ride to work was scary. Turns out, driving in a blizzard at night when you can't see is way worse. And again, we got stuck on Pine Line. So I don't know if you know. So Pine Line and I think it's Middle Cove Road, they intersect at basically where there's a big farm field. And we turned left, and we just stopped. Because it turns out a loader was also stuck in the snow, and our loader was like, I'll go help him. Great. So we're following this guy, we're sitting in the snow, and the truck is literally this is a big pickup truck, just rocking like this in the snow. And I'm looking at the snow piling up outside. I'm like, God, we can't just sit here. And I don't know what we're gonna do, but we can't just sit here. But anyway, eventually, our loader came back, led me back home. I belly crawled back into the house, and Susan thought I got lost on the way in. She saw me get dropped off, and then she did not see me again until I popped up in the house. I could not walk. I got out and I hopped in the snow, and it was up to my waist. And I'm not very tall, as you all know now. And I'm just belly crawling up, and I finally got home, and that was the end of my snowmageddon day. And the thing about it is, we thought snowmageddon was going to be the worst thing that we saw in 2020. Let's get started.
What a low line.
So I gotta tell you, I've been looking at the latest computer models. Okay. It is not looking good for our relationships. For my partner and my child, I gotta tell you, it's gonna be done in a couple of days.
Which one is, like, is it equally done?
Oh yeah. Oh wow. I mean, look, it's right here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's.
You worked really hard on that.
Yeah, it was mostly the computer, to be honest. Like, you printed it out.
Yeah.
I printed. It's a really good paper stock.
You staple it together too. Yeah. Like you put a lot of effort into that and not into your relationship.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like to say something about this. It kind of hurts my feelings. Is that all right for me to say that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the child, so sure, you're the parent.
I know.
Can I just interject? That's not part of the model. Your feelings aren't actually in here.
That's a bad model.
I can't do much about that.
Can I just say something? Is that all right if I just say something else really quick?
Once again, I'm the child.
Yeah.
I think you have more authority in this room.
Yeah. Thank you. It just really cuts deep. Okay. I mean, we built something together for years. We had a kid together.
That's me.
Somewhat.
That's I'm the kid. I'm the child. Yeah.
We had a kid together, and now you're going to print out a model and say that none of it matters because you didn't put it in a computer program.
Yeah. Can I say something? Am I allowed?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, great. Yeah, I feel like it don't matter. I guess I'm gonna repeat what you said, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm the child. You made me.
Can I say something? Is that okay? Can I just say something? Sure. Can I just say one thing?
Can I also say something?
Do you mind if I say something? Is that all right?
Yes.
I just feel like I haven't said anything in a while. So I flipped to the next page. Oh, I've been reading this whole time. It turns out I've actually been reading this wrong. Oh, our relationship is fine. Our son has to go.
Oh. You're not gonna say anything?
You can just start packing that box over there. We don't have to talk that much. Although I do have a few things I want to get off my chest. Breaking up is really hard, especially when you're 2 days away from going down the aisle. Invitations sent out. Dress bought. Hair planned. With loose ideas of ways that I could be changed in different ways on the day. But the hardest part about you leaving me, the Facebook comments are atrocious. Your fans are relentless.
Is it okay if I do say something?
Sure. Say it!
You know what? No, it's fine.
What, Carl? You had a lot to say the morning that you came into my room and told me that you think we should see other people. I was signing up just to see you forever. Yes. It's a genuine emotion from our neighbor. Finally, somebody in this duplex scenario has a beating heart.
I guess I should say it's.
What are you gonna say, Doug?
I really wish
I really wish you.
You wish what, Doug?
I really wish you.
You wish for something that was put on the wish list of our registry?
I wish you'd call me CDB.
Nice. So is it Doug or Carl?
Listen, babe, they need me. I gotta go to work. I have to go. Babe, get the snowshoes. Babe, the baby. Okay, they need me. Get them. There's so many. There's so many. No, I need the. Okay, I need the snowshoes. The snowshoes. It's snowing.
They're under all the baby stuff.
Babe, I know. Babe, I need to get through the snow. We won't have a baby if I can't get through the snow. Snowshoes. Come on.
It's a maraca.
The baby loves it. But I need the snowshoes.
Oh, that's cute. Remember, this is like, hold on, just chill for a second. Remember, this is the sonogram?
Oh, let's play it. You and I are singing together. It is great being a power couple.
That was a weird one.
But I can't take it with me. There's not enough room.
Some load of meteorologists on social media these days, eh?
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, a load of horse shit.
Load of horse shit.
What do they think they're doing out there anyway? Pointing at a screen.
Yeah, I sure don't know.
Yeah, I know you don't, Cyril.
Listen, there's something I gotta tell you.
Hold on. You have a beautiful family. Who gives a fuck? I need to know whether it's gonna rain tomorrow or not.
Listen, there's something I really gotta tell you. It's really important.
Hold on. Thank you so much for the updates. You are the best meteorologist in the entire world. What do they think they're getting out of this? Some local celebrity kiss ass.
Listen, there's something I really
Hold
gotta tell you.
on! Shut up, Cyril! Another selfie with Eddie Sheerr. Can you believe it?
I mean, I can't.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. It's horse shit is what it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, but there's something I really gotta tell you.
What, Cyril?
Do you know the code for the radishes?
Johnson, thank you for working this case with me. I'm a good lawyer, but this one is a doozy.
This is a double lawyer situation.
It is a double lawyer situation. I hope you're okay with me using my standing desk. I'm kind of working. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Listen, so this one is not doozy.
Johnson.
Yeah. So I've been kind of studying the files, and it's hard because it's like, I don't know, is it like first degree murder? Is it second degree murder? You know, it's a fine line between the two.
It's always that fine
Fine line, yeah.
I forget the difference between the murders, and I know I should know. I know I should know as a lawyer.
Yes, my name is Becky, and I'm just calling in because I want to talk about what's happening on the highways. This is the Pine Line, right?
Welcome to Pine Line.
Yeah, I got some disruption that's happening on the streets, and I don't think that there's anything good about it at all.
string, but it's made out of wood.
I got you. I had a drawer full of them pine lines.
Hi, yeah, I haven't seen my girlfriend in a really long time, but I've been really thinking about her a lot, and I was really trying to figure out what to say to her. Do you have any, like...
Listen, when you're feeling that way, and you're really pining after her,